Welcome to the number one station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin. I am here doing what I love, and of course, I love what I am doing. Welcome to the show, and of course, we are grateful, honored, privileged, and blessed to have this young man joining us. He is one of our featured authors, and all you have to do is simply stop by our broadcast network platform at GMAP1.com. And you'll see a copy of the publication that I'm going to be currently showing you on our screen. Go to the area that is marked featured authors. And once you get there, all you got to do is click on the publication, and it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author, as well as the publication. And I'm just going to sit back, enjoy, relax, and I'm going to bring on my friend, and of course, we are grateful for his presence here on this afternoon, and I want to introduce him to some and present to others this amazing, outstanding young man. Once again, he is one of our featured authors, and we welcome him with open arms right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, and of course, his name is Mr. James Henry. Good afternoon, Mr. James Henry. How you doing? And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me on your show, first of all, and I'm just too blessed to be stressed. That's my motto.
You know what? Hold on to it. Hold on to it, because you know what? There's no use to being stressed out. God gave you another chance. You know,
He did.
I always like to say that because it is so very true. I don't ask for one more chance. I ask for another chance. You know, because chances are I might have to ask for another one after that. So,
I have to ask for them constantly.
Right. So I am so grateful to have you here, man. Once again, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And, you know, before we even get started and talk about your latest release, I want to find out a little bit about you. So I'm just going to dive right in and say, why don't you come on board, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, a little bit about you. Who is James Henry?
Well, I just turned 63 years old, so I appreciate you referring to me as a young man. That does my heart good, first of all. But I'm originally from Texarkana, Texas. My wife and I of 30 years now live in Longview, Texas. And I teach at a Christian university here, Laterno University. I teach speech and technical writing. And we've lived here for like 28, 29 years now, and we are so blessed. God has used us in multiple ways. When we first met, we were doing puppet ministries and balloon ministries to children. And then we did those same ministries at biker rallies.
Okay.
And so we haven't been out in the missionary field very often since then, but my mission now is to teach and to mentor young Christians at the university.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm about, is trying to teach and to mentor. And so often I see our young people believe in the lies of our culture and our society.
Yeah.
And that's part of what inspired the book.
Speaking of the book, hold on. Speaking of the book, we know first and foremost, thank you so much, James, for being here this afternoon. We appreciate that. And we also want to say thank you so much for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. We appreciate you so much for doing that. And
well, thank you.
You know, we're going to do everything we can to continue to present this information to as many people as possible. Speaking of the new book, for those of you that don't know, now you know, James is one of our featured authors here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. All you have to do is stop by our platform, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors, and you'll see a copy of the publication that I'm currently showing you on our screen. Click on that copy, and it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author, as well as the publication, Christian Outlaws. Wow. James, you know I'm excited about that, man. And I just want you to break down And just tell us a little bit about your latest release before we dive into it. Christian Outlaws, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the Bible tells us that eventually anybody that follows Christ will become an outlaw. Uh, the world will turn against Christianity. This book is set in pre-tribulation times, right before the start of the tribulation. Uh, but the world's governments and our society has already outlawed. They haven't outlawed churches, but they've outlawed people who follow Christ. As a matter of fact, they
Mm,
refer to Christ as a historical figure. They don't refer to Christ as the Messiah, the Savior of all mankind.
right, right.
So the church has been forced underground or into hiding, and it also has the society has also put bounties on the heads of Christians. They're brought in and they are re-educated. So there are bounty hunters for these Christians out there. And the book revolves around a character called Uncle Gene. He's the main protagonist. He is the leader of one of these groups that are underground. He is a Christian leader. And one of the bounty hunters takes it in his head that if he gets a hold of him and can make him reveal where their hideout is, he'll receive all the bounties. And so Uncle Gene is kidnapped, and during the process of being kidnapped and imprisoned, he is tortured for this information.
Mm, mm.
It is a journey of his faith and his faith in God to see him through this. And at the same time, God is asking him to witness to the people who are torturing him.
Wow. Man, you know what that is? It sounds pretty interesting to me, and I am going to encourage others to learn a little bit more, show their love, care, concern, and support, and reach out and maybe grab a copy of your latest publication, and of course, share this information with as many people as possible. But at the same time, when you look back over the process of writing a publication like this one, was it difficult for you? I mean, was it so very challenging that you had to go over it and maybe go through a couple of editors at the same time? What was it challenging for you? What was I guess you can say, the highest pressure point about writing a book such as this one?
Well, I've always loved to write. It's been my calling, and I went away from that calling for many years because I thought a better way to make a living was through electronics and programming, and I did that for many years. But in 2010, God called me back to writing, and I went back to school to educate myself, and I didn't know why. But evidently, the why was he wanted me to write this book. So during my Bible study and my quiet time, which I try to have every morning, uh, God simply asked the question of me, how come you haven't written something for me?
Wow.
And I said, okay, let's write something for you. And the story and the characters and all of it just came to my mind and to my heart at that point. As I said before, I had seen even Christian young adults and Christian teenagers believing the lies of this society.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt it was necessary to expose those lies and to show people where this is going.
Ah.
The biggest hurdle for me was writing the bad guys in this.
Ah.
Uh, Now, if you ask my nephew, he says I do bad guys very well. I write bad guys very well,
Mm-hmm.
and that is true. But this bad guy was actually torturing a character that I had come to know and love as a Christian brother in a fictional sense. and so it was very difficult for me to write the villain in this piece the way he needed to be written.
Now, I know that it had to be a challenging scenario, but what kind of responses have you, in fact, received up to this point? I mean, what is it that people are saying, and how are they feeling? Even if it's personal friends, wife, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, mother, father, what's the response they're giving you behind writing this publication?
For the majority of it, it has been very positive reviews from friends, family, and also others that have read it. I have been asked several times, is there another book coming? And there is. I am 6 chapters into the second book. This will be a trilogy that I'm working on. But they have said that it has been very well written and very, very emotionally draining and satisfactory.
Well, you must have jumped ahead of me a little bit there, because my next question to you was, as you look, James, over the process, and you see, where it all began, how it all began, the process that you went through while you're on this journey. Let me ask you this: what's next? I mean, what's next for you? I heard you mention trilogy, but as an author, what can we anticipate? What's next for you?
Well, the next book is entitled Christian Seditionist. There's Christian Outlaws, which is the first book. That is pre-tribulation. The second book is entitled Christian Seditionist. It is set in the tribulation, and it is the story of people coming to Christ during the tribulation and how they get the word out about Christ during the tribulation. I am 6 chapters into that book, probably anywhere from 25 to 30 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just getting started with the second book.
I love when people say I'm just getting started, because, I've been doing this 26 years. And it seems like every year it just seems to just keep getting better. And I always tell people, I'm just getting started. So when when I hear people say that, it just excites me when I hear people say, "Hey, I'm just getting started." And of course, now, I know that there's going to be quite a few individuals out there. They're going to want to show their love, their care, concern, and support. And before I go on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, if that makes sense, I want you to make sure that you share this information. He is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP, the number one.com, GMAP1.com, James Henry. And when you get there, we want you to tap on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors, and you will see a copy of the publication that I'm currently showing you on our screen, Christian Outlaws. Click on the cover. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author, as well as the publication. And of course, for those that want to reach out and show their love, care, concern, and support after sharing this information, if they wanted to purchase it today, how can it be purchased? Where is it available? How can it be reached?
Well, the website that they'll be taken to upon clicking the icon on the screen of your website actually has links to Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Well, I just drew a blank.
Barnes & Noble, Amazon.
Okay, Amazon, Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Reader House, and Google Play. All of those will have copies, or you'll be able to purchase the book there.
Now,
there's also a link on my page that has the book cover on it. If you click there, you'll be taken to where you can purchase it.
Now, let me ask you a question quietly, just between me and you, okay?
Okay.
Is your wife there with you?
She is. Yes.
She got your back, don't she?
She always has my back.
Because
she's the greatest blessing besides being saved that I've experienced.
Because I've experienced drawing a blank. And my wife was always there to kind of whisper in my ear. I'm just assuming that when you drew a blank, your support team was right there by your side.
Absolutely, always.
What's her name?
Laura.
Laura,
Yeah.
Laura.
Laura.
Hey, Laura, how you doing?
Oh, she left the room.
Oh, she left her. Well, she'll hear though. She came.
Listen, as soon as you started drawing attention to her, she left the room.
She knew what I was going to do. Well, I'm going to put her on play, and we thank her so much for her support as well. And of course, Laura, I'm gonna make a song called Laura now. All right, so she gonna get me for that one, but you know what? You got to get the backlash on that. I'm gonna stay here in Waukegan, and James, once again, we thank God for you, and of course, let's just say people, some of the individuals, our viewers and listeners on the outside, they're listening in, and they want to reach you. They want to reach out and touch base with you and maybe discuss or conversate or talk with you on a more individual basis. What's that process? How is it that you can be connected with? How can you be reached?
The best way to reach me is through my email, and there is a link on that webpage, my webpage, but it is jhhrj60@gmail.com. And I'm also on Facebook under James Henry.
Now, I know that it was very simplified for you to do that, but I know that we have a lot of viewers and listeners out there. They looked at the computer screen or the Roku channel or Amazon Fire TV or what have you, and they said, I heard him say it, but their pencil lead broke. Their ink pen didn't work. Their eyeliner don't work. It broke. The crayon that they had is writing in white. So they didn't really get an opportunity to write that information down. Can you repeat that for those who had the unfortunate incident of not having the correct thing to write with?
Oh, absolutely. My email address is jhhrj60@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook under James Henry.
Awesome. Now that's simplified, James Henry. And of course, if you have any additional trouble, as I mentioned before, we're not going to allow you to forget about little old GMAP Broadcast Network down here in the lower left-hand corner in small print. They told me that small print most of the time is the most important print on the paper. And if you have any additional information that you did not get or you want to find out and you need somebody to connect the dots, I'll be sure to do so. I'll be glad to connect you with James. Once again, he is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. The title of his current publication, Christian Outlaws. Man, I love that. Christian Outlaws. I can't wait to read it in its entirety. All you have to do is stop by our platform, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. Once you do so, all you got to do is sit back and relax, because you'll see a copy of the publication, Christian Outlaws. And let me show it to you on our screen. And I don't mind. And listen, when you do so, all you got to do is click that cover. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. And of course, James, we know that you, in fact, have our number. So we want to make it clear. If there is anything that we can do to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion while you're on this journey, we want you to pick up the phone. Call us. Let us know. Don't text. Don't chat. Don't tweet and any other. We want you to call. Talk to a voice on the other end and let us know what we can do to assist you. And I want you to know the response will be, the answer will always be yes, and you'll never have to ask me twice, okay?
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me. You don't know how much. That's a blessing from God. You are a blessing from God, and I thank you for it.
To God be the glory. And sometimes
Absolutely.
God allows us. He allows us. He doesn't put us. See, I always hear people say that God did it. God put me there. God did that. He allows us to make the final decisions, even to serve Him. So why would
Yep.
He place you in a very uncomfortable situation when He allowed you to be in an uncomfortable situation and declare and decide, make a decision what direction you want to go in spite of? See, that's what people need to understand. I was reading the Bible one time, and I got to the point to where it said something like, "That woman you gave me." I said, "Well, God didn't give you that woman. You chose that woman." And people look at me like I'm crazy. I said, "Well, He did. He chose her.
You
God
too?
didn't."
They look at you crazy too?
Yeah, man. I tell you, I told you we were brothers. People look at the resemblance here. Look at the resemblance, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a smile. Nah, come on now. We look just like brothers. Twins. So, so people will challenge you, but people also need to understand that God is not putting or placing or forcing anything upon you. He's allowing you to make the appropriate decision to do what is right by Him. Oh my goodness! Don't get me started, because I'll start preaching and I'll have you
Hey,
run. Um,
I I have made some very bad decisions in my life,
yeah,
and then I've made some good decisions in my life.
yeah,
And God always blesses the good decisions.
yeah. Well, I couldn't agree with you more. Once once you make the right decision, He allows you to realize the benefits behind doing so.
Hmm.
Whew. And that didn't come from me, it came from Him. I don't make
Right?
this stuff up. I just allow Him to speak through me. Your wife, you, your soulmate, God didn't give her to you. You made the right decision, and He blessed that decision with the circumstance, with the solution behind it. So people need to understand. He not now. What if you would have seen her, and you were kind of quote unquote living in the world, and then you would have seen some other lovely young lady on the other side and say, "You know what? I'm going to go over here and talk to her, and not my wife." What did you just do? You decided. So when you decided to connect with your wife and take advantage of the blessing that you have been given the choice to make, He allowed you to realize the benefits behind making that choice.
Been a benefit for 30 plus years now.
Woohoo! I'm trying to catch up to you, because next month my wife and I, we are celebrating 20 years of marriage.
Well,
You know,
congratulations.
and to God be the glory, because when we first got married, they didn't think we would be married for 20 minutes. So, we're celebrating 20 years. So to God be the glory. James, I want to thank you so much, man. I just can't wait. And don't forget, keep me posted on all of the ventures that you have coming up. We want to make sure we share the information. We're going to continue to present this information, your book, Christian Outlaws, to as many people as possible. We're going to create a book trailer or two that we can air to the people. We're going to, let people know that if you have a book signing, if you're making an appearance somewhere, we want to know so we can share the information and try to get as many people there with you as possible. I'm going to move over, and I'm going to let you, in fact, come on and have your closing remarks and final words here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. I'm going to move over, and I'm going to officially say he's one of our featured authors. James Henry, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Kevin. And again, I want to say I'm so appreciative of your ministry and what you're doing. Uh, it is an outstanding work that you're doing. Uh, to all your listeners, I have been on the wrong side of God. I've been on the right side of God. And you want to be on the right side of God. I also, as I said before, have made bad decisions and I've made good decisions. God uses us regardless of our flaws. We have been put in situations where we did not think that, what are we doing here? Why are we here? This is crazy. We shouldn't be here. And God used us in those situations. So no matter what you're doing, where you're at, God can use you. And I say embrace that because you will be blessed for it.
Amen. And you know, I always look at the passage, I believe it's in Second Chronicles. Paul said, I became all things to all men that I may win some.
Yep.
And if you pay attention to that passage, I'm going to give you a key word. Two of them, actually. He said, all things to all men. That means to me, he could use you no matter what condition you're in.
That's right.
He can use the alcoholic. He can use the gangbanger. He could use the prostitute. He can use the drug addict. He can use me. He can use you. He said in his word.
I was about to say, if he can use me, he can use anybody.
He said it. I didn't. You didn't. He said, hey, he said, he said in Second Chronicles, I became all things to all men that I may win some. So let me say this. If by making the choice to allow God to use you and you touch a soul, maybe two, maybe three, and he saves those individuals through you, guess what, James? You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
No question.
I believe that.
It's true. I don't make this kind of stuff up. I love it. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to talking with you again soon. Thank you so much for being here. Keep me posted. I'll keep you posted. I'll be sending you a copy of this a little bit later. I'll be posting it on our archived YouTube channel. I'll be putting it on social media, giving you the link. Share this information, ladies and gentlemen. Share, and show your love, care, concern, and support. Purchase a copy of his latest release, Christian Outlaws. And when you do so, please don't forget to leave a review. Leave a review. Come on, James, say it with me. Leave a review. Come on. Now, if you got two people jumping on you saying that at the same time, you got to leave a review. So, leave a review. Let people know what you think, how you feel, suggestions, recommendations, and they're going to listen. James will appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. Amazon. Yes. Everybody will appreciate it. So please leave a review. James, we want to thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. And I'm looking forward, and I truly mean that. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you. And keep me posted on your next release so we can share that information as well, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. This has been such a blessing. Thank you.
And it's only the beginning. James Henry, yes. One of our featured authors on the #1 station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Don't forget, stop by, click on Featured Authors tab, click on the book cover, and make sure you show your love, care, concern, and support. Purchase a copy, share this information, and leave a review. Till next time, peace. God bless you. Take care. Take it easy. And, well, if it's good to you, take it twice. Be blessed and be a blessing. James, I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon. You take care, and I'll be reaching out to you, man, and we'll just go on and have some fun from there, okay?
Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
All right. God bless you, sir.
God bless you.
James Henry, his latest release, Christian Outlaws. Pick up your copy today. Until then, take care. Be blessed and be a blessing. Looking forward to seeing and hearing from you all again soon. With that being said, have a fantabulous rest of your